History of Ukraine. Ancient and medieval periods. The territory of modern Ukraine has been inhabited since prehistoric times. In antiquity, Greek colonies flourished along the Black Sea coast, while the Scythians and other nomadic tribes roamed the steppe. The Slavic tribes, ancestors of modern Ukrainians, began to settle in the region around the 5th century AD. In the 9th century, the state of Kievan Rus emerged, with its capital in Kyiv, Kiev. Founded by the Varangians, Vikings, it became a powerful and prosperous federation of Slavic tribes. Under rulers like Prince Volodymyr the Great, who Christianized the state in 988, and Yaroslav the Wise, Kievan Rus became a cultural and political center in Eastern Europe. Mongol invasion and fragmentation. In the 13th century, the Mongol invasion devastated Kyiv, leading to the decline of Kievan Rus. The region fragmented into smaller principalities, many of which fell under the control of neighboring powers, Poland, Lithuania, and later the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. Cossack era and struggle for autonomy. By the 16th century, the Cossacks, a group of free warriors and peasants, began to form communities in southern Ukraine. Led by figures like Bohdan Khmelnytsky, they revolted against Polish rule in the mid-17th century. In 1654, seeking protection, Khmelnytsky made an alliance with Muscovy, Russia, a move that eventually led to Russian dominance in much of Ukraine. Russian and Austro-Hungarian rule. By the late 18th century, after the partitions of Poland, most of Ukraine was under the Russian Empire, with western parts, like Galicia, under the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Under Russian rule, Ukrainian culture and language were often suppressed. 20th century turmoil. After World War I and the Russian Revolution, Ukraine declared independence in 1917, but this was short-lived. The region was engulfed in civil war and ultimately absorbed into the Soviet Union as the Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic in 1922. The 1930s were marked by the Holodomor, a man-made famine under Stalin's regime that killed millions. During World War II, Ukraine was a major battleground and suffered enormous losses under both Nazi and Soviet occupations. After the war, Ukraine remained a Soviet republic. Despite being one of the USSR's most industrialized regions, it experienced political repression and environmental disasters, notably the Chernobyl nuclear disaster in 1986. Independence and modern era. In 1991, following the collapse of the Soviet Union, Ukraine declared independence. The post-Soviet years were marked by economic struggles, political instability, and efforts to establish democratic governance. In 2004, the Orange Revolution was a mass protest against election fraud, leading to a new pro-Western government. In 2014, after President Viktor Yanukovych abandoned an EU agreement, the Euromaidan protests erupted, resulting in his ouster. Shortly after, Russia annexed Crimea, and conflict broke out in eastern Ukraine, where Russian-backed separatists declared breakaway republics. This led to a protracted war in the Donbass region. Russian invasion and ongoing war. In February 2022, Russia launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine, aiming to topple its government. Ukraine, led by President Volodymyr Zelensky, mounted strong resistance, gaining international support. The war continues, with profound impacts on global geopolitics and the Ukrainian people, at